Hi, it's Kiana. And as you read by the title, yes, I have never been in a relationship in my 26 years of existence on this planet. And in this video, I will share my thoughts on the matter, and I will share maybe why I think I've never been in a relationship. I have been inspired by a few of the videos I've seen popping up on like the algorithm or TikTok and everywhere, like boop 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 boop. And I was like, hey, that's like, I guess we're not alone. Let me share a bit of my story as well. Like, if it helps somebody out there, like, it's fine. Anyway, I think we better like start from the beginning, I guess. Like growing up, especially in high school, like when you start like getting like more feelings, it's like you're like more attuned to the idea of being with someone because everybody else is, and like everybody's seeking for a relationship in high school. In high school, I didn't really care, honestly. I didn't really care for boyfriends. I was just doing my thing, studying, and even barely, but you know, I was like just minding my business. And the thing with high school is like there's peer pressure, and like everybody kind of speaks about like having crushes and like, oh my god, I like this guy or I like this girl. It's like I had one, but in hindsight, maybe it was just like I was changing schools, and this is the first person I saw, and he was nice enough to like smile at me, and I was like, oh, that's the one. Like, teenage brain is dumb. But yeah, I didn't, after this dude, I don't think I had another crush for like a while. Basically, crushes in high school, very limited, very limited, and I didn't act on it because like you're a teenage girl, what are you gonna do? Nothing. You're just gonna fantasize in your brain, in your head, and you're like, oh my. I was a very introverted kid. I was like very, not sheltered, but more like socially awkward, I guess. Like, it was like, listen, I understand social interactions when I see other people do it. But when I do them myself, it's like, you know? Maybe I am neurodivergent? Oh god. Like when you say it out loud, it's kind of, okay. I digress. I didn't get the concept of like relationships, and like especially in high school, it was like friends got into relationships with like people, with like my friends got into relationship with boys, and suddenly we didn't exist anymore. And that was the part that I personally didn't understand. Like, we are still here, but apparently it was like romance was already like categorized, like it was in a box above friendship. And this is what I didn't understand about relationships, and I still don't till this day, because as time progresses, like people kind of like don't understand that like at a certain age you've never had a boyfriend. Like, it's kind of wild to think that, oh my god, you're 16 if you never had a boyfriend, or oh my god, you're 18 and you've never had a boyfriend. Kind of like every time you go, like you become older, it's like crazier that you've never had a boyfriend, or you've never been in a relationship. And it's like, well, my value, my worth is not based on whether I've had a boyfriend before. That's crazy to base your value, your worth on another person, or whether or not you've been in a relationship before. And that's why it was mind-boggling, like, to me. And then especially like conversational, like when you're speaking with your friends, the main topic is, and always has been, relationships and boyfriends. And like, oh my god, did you see what Derek did to me? And I was like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I just want to speak woman to woman, you know? But no, there's always going to be a man involved. And it's annoying. Sorry. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, flash forward to after high school. This is where things kind of started going weird for me. And weird, I mean that for myself, not external. So college came in, and then suddenly I'm attracted to women. And I'm like, is that why I didn't find men attractive in high school? Like, there was so many questions in my head, and I was like, okay, let me do like a lot of tests online. You know, the am I gay tests online? I did a lot of those. And then it was just like, oh, okay, you're more like, maybe you're bi. Maybe I'm bi. Okay. I'll leave with that for the moment. And still, for all of my college years, like, I found some men attractive here and there, but I've never, like, pursued anybody. I've been on dates, if I remember correctly, but, like, it's more, I've been pressured into going on dates by parents. I've been on dates, but I've never, like, actually been in a relationship with somebody. And I think the reason being is that back then, like, if I'm looking back at myself, I was so insecure that I didn't think that I deserved it, which is wild. I didn't believe that I was worthy of being, like, not being worthy of being with someone, but I didn't think that I deserved love. Like, I was like, no, I don't think I do. So I blew every, like, relationship. It was a strange time. And then as time progresses, you kind of, like, become resentful of the idea that you're alone. So yeah, story goes, you don't care because you don't understand. And then you discover things about yourself. And then suddenly you're still alone and you think there's something wrong with you, but there's not. But in your brain, your small developing brain, you still think there's something wrong with you. So you start to resent the idea of love and you start to push yourself to be like, yeah, I don't need it. And then you, like, do everything to, like, prove to yourself and others that you're a girl boss and you don't need anything and you don't need mans, you don't need anyone. And that's another thing to work out of. That's basically, like, personally, this is what happened to me. This was like my like roller coaster of how I feel with love. Nowadays, it's just like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And I am not actively pursuing it either, because dating apps and situationships, these two things I hate, I despise with my whole being. Okay, I don't know who coined the term situationship. Okay, I don't know. What I'm going to say is, why did you do it? It's dumb. These are the reasons. Dating apps, relationship. I am never downloading a dating app in my life. I have had friends, people coming up to me and being like, oh my god, we could, like, create a dating profile for you and, like, set you up on dates. And I'm like, if you ever do that, I am cutting ties with you. I am never speaking to you ever again. I don't think they ever did. Because their excuse is like, you could get anyone you want. Like, you're pretty enough, you're, like... And it irks me so much because, like, I am pretty enough, I know. But you know exactly what type of person are on dating apps. I am not going to launch myself into a relationship just because you want to. Like, I know my worth. I'm not going to, like, oh, just because I am a certain age right now, I have to be in a relationship. And I would just take the first person that comes along and, like, okay, yeah. It's like, no, I'm just going to be alone until I find somebody that's worth my time. And then the second thing that I talked about was situationships. And that thing irks me so much. Because it has to do with Gen Z, like our generation. And I'm like, okay, riddle me this. Gen Z is afraid of commitment, but most of us have tattoos. Exhibit A. The silence is loud. My take on situationships is less that people are afraid of commitment and more that people don't want to settle for somebody that is not perfect. They're always waiting for, what if there's somebody better out there? And they're overlooking the person right in front of them because there's no way that's, like, the best I can do. Like, I'm sure I can do better than that. Which is a weird mentality to have that is directly linked to dating apps. Because dating apps are designed to, basically, you shop your person. There's also some people that have to pay for dating apps. It's wild to think that when you are on dating apps, you have to basically sell to strangers that you are dateable. And I hate that. You're in competition with, like, other people to prove that you are the perfect match. And also with dating apps, it has to do with, like, that dopamine level. Like, when you get a match, it's like... And, like, if you have multiple matches, you're like... It's like, it gets, like, you get a little tingle every time. So when you get into a relationship and you disinstall certain dating apps, that low dopamine level is not as present anymore, and you kind of start to miss it. So a lot of people openly like sabotage their relationships because they miss that like instantaneous dopamine level. Over the years, I kind of like realized, because I'm a very observant person, I like to just sit back and like people watch. That's my thing. I like to people watch, and my favorite thing to do was watch relationships come and go in my circle. I just like it. It's just fun to watch people interact when they are romantically involved, or if they're just like sexually involved, if you know what I mean. The difference between friendship and like romance is not that different, but there's like this certain level of like, it feels like there's more pressure. In friendship, it's like, even if you say or do like something like mean, I say mean in parentheses, but like, it's less regarded as an affront. Whereas if you're in a relationship, especially a new one that didn't evolve from a friendship, it creates a precedent. Like, it creates like resentment. Like, how dare you laugh at me? How dare you say something like that about me? Whereas your friend can do this, which is the same level. It's like, why is one more like heavy than the other? Which again, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how you can be in a relationship and not communicate your intentions with each other. Like, where do we draw the line at jokes? Like, why do we have to, as the bystanders, why do we have always to be like there to witness your quarrel? I am not like saying, hey, I don't want to be part of this. Like, I don't want to know every single detail of what goes on in your relationship. I am so sorry. I don't care. Every time I talk to friends about like relationships, it's also annoying because on the one hand, some people are like, you're so lucky that you're single because you don't have to deal with this. And the next day they're like going on dates with like their boyfriends, and it's like, okay, like I'm if you say, oh my god, you're so lucky that you're single, does that mean that you hate your person? But then the next day you're like, oh my god, I'm so in love. Like, I don't understand the metronome of going back and forth and like hating each other, loving each other. So goes back to situationships. People don't communicate with each other anymore, and I cannot have that. I need clarification. See, this is what I meant earlier. Maybe I am neurodivergent. Maybe this is why I don't understand relationships as much as like I may be a neurotypical person. But I'm sorry, situationships, like, you're basically doing the same thing a couple does, but there's no label. And then someone in the situationship thinks they're exclusive while the other is like looking and sneaking around. It's like, and then it creates misunderstandings, and then it creates like resentment, and then it's like, oh my god, but I thought we were together, like I even introduced you to my family, and the other is like, but no, I thought we were just having fun, like I have a wife and kids at home. It's like, what? I know this is a bit extreme, but you get the drift. I don't understand not communicating your intentions with, unless this is exactly what a situationship is. Intentionally create like miscommunication so you can keep your hands clean. Is that how people live? It's like, oh my god, like I don't want to break this person's heart, so I'm going to purposefully avoid this type of communication just because I don't like. If they ask me, I'm just like, oh, I'm going the flow. So this is why I don't understand relationship, and I'm not getting into a situationship. I know exactly my worth, and I think you should too. Like, if a situationship is what you want, communicate it clearly. Like, even if like I'm sorry, but like one person wants something and the other wants something completely different, and then you're shocked that it doesn't work out. Dude, what? But at the end of the day, I think it has to do a lot with like yourself. Some people are actively seeking relationships because being alone is scary. And I get it, like, if you're not used to being in your head, if you're not used to being alone, kind of sucks. But by being alone, you will learn things about yourself. And I've been alone for so long that I think I know myself pretty well, but I don't know everything about myself. I know what I like and I know what I don't like. Like, I know what I want and I know what I don't want. And I think a lot of people are maybe intimidated by the fact that some people are more secure than others, or like, also, I'm like jumping from like conversation to conversation, but situationships kind of like irks me a little bit in a way that I feel like it's an excuse in my head. Like, you're doing exactly, this is what I don't understand, like, you're doing exactly what a couple does, but you're not exclusive, and you're not like citing the fact that you're not exclusive. I am so confused. Like, why would you do this to somebody else? Well, I mean, if both of them are in the same boat, like that. Now I understand why people have like so many trust issues. Oh my god. Of course you cannot trust anybody these days. You don't know what people want. People don't know what they want, which is a problem in itself. Also, hookup culture. I don't judge. If you want to be sexually involved with somebody that you barely know, it's fine. Like, you do you, boo. But personally, I wouldn't. And I think that people get offended by people who won't, especially if like you're a woman and like somebody kind of goes around, oh my god, like, you don't sleep on the first date. No, sorry. Like, even kissing, it's like, I don't know you, dude. I don't even know like your I don't know, I don't know anything about you. Why would I put my mouth on you? That's weird. Maybe that's because I'm asexual, which I learned a bit, like, what, in college I learned that too. But anyway, so I'm single. I've been single, and I don't know, I'm going to keep being single until like further notice. Also, because like, as a joke, I'm going to say it, like, I'm single because I don't go out. I don't meet with people. I'm just staying in my house, and I just do 3D and write my fantasy book, and I'm content with that. And I think it's difficult to get out of that like introverted mindscape of like it's a cycle. Like, it's not that I'm waiting for like my Prince Charming to knock on my door and be like, hey, I saw you from like across the fucking window, and I just wanted to tell you that you're freaking hot. And like, if that happened to me, I would never speak to anybody again. Ever again. Ever. What? What? Just to say, this video was made just to say that even if you think you're late to the game, so to speak, even if you think, oh my god, I'm 28, I've never had a boyfriend, or I'm 30, I've never been in a relationship, or if you think you're 21 and oh my god, you feel so behind in life because you've never been in a relationship, it's okay. Okay, I'm going to put my big sister cap for this one. It's okay. As I said at the beginning of the video, your worth is not dependent on whether or not you've been in a relationship. Your worth is not dependent on another person. It's your worth, not somebody else's. And even if somebody says, oh my god, I could hook you up, if you don't want that, you are allowed to say no. It's fine. You're not too late. You're never too late. I watched a video once on TikTok, and I think it was a woman who like basically said people in their 20s and like younger that are looking for their life partner, what are you doing? Your life has not started yet. Your life is still very new. Like, you are experiencing life. Don't rush into finding a life partner if you don't think you have experienced everything there is to do with life as your own life. Because once you are in a relationship, which is what I learned through years of watching people, is that once you're in a relationship, it's not just about you anymore. It's about the other person. It's about how you made the other person feel. It's about how they made you feel. And suddenly you're bombarded with a lot of like your own problems and your own like communication issues back at you. A person, like when you're in a relationship, the other person is basically your mirror, and you realize so many things about yourself that if you're not a grown person, if you're not like ready to hear it, you're not gonna like it. You're going to be, that's it, I'm done. I'm not listening to you. I don't care. If you're not mature enough, it's gonna feel like an attack. That's why if you're not ready to give some of your time away to somebody else. A relationship is not the best thing you can do right now. You can use that as an example. Like, you can use like all past relationships as like, okay, this is what I want and this isn't what I don't want. Like, it's fine. But a life partner is for life. And if you don't believe that you've done everything you wanted to do in your life as your own person, maybe it's not the time to find your life partner. I think it's fine to like experience people. Even if it's not like forever, it's fine. But don't put too much pressure on the other person. And don't put too much pressure on yourself either. If it doesn't work out, look back on that relationship and like see where it went wrong and see what you can do to like, okay, this is what I liked in that relationship and this is what I didn't like. Like, life is too short to let another person dictate whether or not you like dictate your worth. This is a little big tangent, but hey, I liked speaking. This is why I'm single. I don't understand the concept of relationships. I do in like the other party, but for myself I don't understand it right now. Like, I understand like the concept of being like with someone for the rest of your life, but I don't understand losing yourself in a relationship. Here's what I wanted to say. I don't understand when you lose part of yourself, when you lose part of your personality, part of who you are, just to fit in a relationship that doesn't fit you. You don't need to cut part of your personality, cut part of yourself, of your hobbies, to be and fit in a relationship that the world wants you to be in. And this is where I'm going to leave this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're single alone, don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry about it, boy. It's gonna happen eventually. Not today, not yesterday, but one day. Ciao.